Hey, this is Dale Tinsley. You're listening to the Connect Podcast. Our purpose is to guide you to connect with yourself so that you can connect with others and live a life of meaning and value. Continuing the series, Limitless Potential, Endless Refinement. Peace be with you, and welcome back to Connect. Hope you guys are feeling awesome today, ready to embrace the struggle, which is the title of today's episode. Embrace the struggle. Maybe that term isn't so common. But what do you think when you hear it? What do you think, embrace the struggle? Does it mean, this is going to be rough. I know it is. Let me just get through it. Let me just push myself. It's going to be uncomfortable. Let me just do what I got to do to get through this moment, and then everything will be okay. What comes to mind for me is if you have, let's say, 5 tasks or 10 tasks, and you prioritize doing the ones that are the most challenging first. You're like, I'm gonna knock out the hard stuff because that's gonna require the most focus, the most attention, the most determination. And then on the other stuff, it's more enjoyable. It's not as taxing. It's not going to be as challenging or as difficult, so to speak. You know, we all struggle in one way or another. And the struggle comes in different forms. And it comes in different seasons. So now that your mind is open to embracing the struggle, let's get into some thoughts and get into some layers of why this is a struggle and what's really happening in those moments. And we'll kind of run through that, some ideas. So why is this moment a struggle? Something goes off in your head, this is a struggle. Why is this moment a struggle? It's not going exactly as you planned, probably. You're getting some outside resistance. Maybe you know, it could be anything. It could be an event, and then something changes, and now you have to pivot. So it could be an unforeseen challenge. It could be something changed at the last minute. It could be somebody dropped out. Now those things are outside of us. But what happens internally when we're met with the moment and we feel like we're struggling? What happens internally? You ever notice the resistance? The resistance within ourselves. And where does that come from? Is it something from the past? Are we procrastinating? And now we're paying for it in this moment that we're feeling the struggle? I knew I should have prepared. And then the ego starts looping that. I knew I should have prepared better. I knew I should have called this person and lined this up. I knew I should have brought these materials. So procrastination can play a big part in our struggles. So how often do you feel you're in a struggle? You know, and some of you watching probably chuckle and say, every damn day, Dale. Whew. I've lived it. I've experienced it, and it's rough. You feel like nothing's going your way. You feel like everything's going against you. You feel like you can't do nothing right. I don't even know why I try. It's just going to end up messed up. I get it. It's frustrating. Whew, it's frustrating. There's negative energy. It's draining. It's taxing. It can lead to anxiety. But if it's a constant, if you're in that state, and like I said, I have experienced the struggle, the day-to-day struggle outside and inside. I'm going to offer you some tools. Sit with it, process it, and make the time for yourself to reflect on why you're struggling, where this struggle is coming from, where this resistance is coming from. Slow down. Spend the time with yourself in reflection, alone, in nature, or at least with the sun hitting you in the face and in your backyard. Acceptance is a big part. Stepping out of yourself and looking at yourself and asking yourself these questions. Why am I struggling? Why am I being resistant? You know, dealing with negative people and challenges and rude people and selfish people, that's a struggle. So I'm not discounting that we all have those encounters. But the struggle, it doesn't have to be a struggle once you have the awareness to see it for what it is, to see the moment for what it is. And in order to produce a different result in our external world, we have to go inwards and see ourselves clearly, be accountable, have acceptance, and begin to unravel our own frustrations, our own procrastinations, our own patterns, and the narrative in our own heads that feeds the loop. From the ego, the frustration, the negativity, the combativeness, it wasn't my fault, the pointing of the fingers, that it's all these exterior things that are making me feel this way. I don't discount feelings, but feelings are not facts. Feelings are an emotional charge to a moment, a person, of something that we need to each sit with, process, unravel, understand, hit acceptance, peel the onion over and over and over, and allow it to dissipate and move through us and not attach a story to it. Every emotion that you have that comes up, we don't have to attach a story to it. It does not deserve airplay in your mind. And struggle is the opposite of flow. Struggle is the opposite of flow. And it's a tell that we're out of alignment. Our energy's off. We're in that struggle mode. Some people call it the struggle bus. And struggle is really a perspective, right? Like it's real. It's a feeling that hits us that we associate with struggle. But what is it really when we dig into it? It's a feeling that hits us. We use our emotional intelligence. We allow that feeling to pass through us. And then we react clearly with our minds. We don't have to be combative. We need to humble ourselves in that moment. What do I need in this moment? Do I have the humility to reach out to a friend and ask for help? Am I prepared for this moment? And if you're not, it's a moment to learn and to take accountability for the procrastination, or you didn't line up what you needed to be successful in this moment. And if it's out of your hands, totally, acceptance. And all of this talk that we're having right now, all this conversation, all these questions, points to mindset. Why is this happening to me? The other side of that coin, why is this happening for me? Why is this happening to me? That energy, that desperation, that frustration, that anxiety. Fixed mindset, victim mentality, stuck. I can't do anything about it. We can do something about it, but we have to have the rigorous honesty to look ourselves in the mirror and desire to want to grow, shift, change, push, face the uncomfortable until it becomes comfortable, until you encompass it, you embody it, you become it. Well, I don't like confrontation. It sounds like you need some courage and a backbone. And all of these different layers come from within. The self-awareness is our superpower. Where am I lacking that I need refinement? Where am I strong and I have humility and grace and gratitude? And everybody on this hero's journey, it's like the old video game Zelda, or any video game, first-person shooter, so to speak, something like that. When you start, you have limited resources in the video game. In life, you have limited resources when you begin. In the video game, you're picking up these things outside of yourself. But in our lives, we build these things internally. From the moment you're a child, your understanding of the world, your understanding of yourself, courage, compassion, empathy, ability, confidence, love, being able to accept love and nurture your pets, or whatever it was as a child. Struggle is rough. It's rough, but it truly, it's momentary. It's momentary. And as we work on ourselves internally and we listen to our intuition and we listen and we honor that intuition, we need to be honoring our intuition because it's guiding us to alignment, spiritual alignment. Then you got the mind and the body. Look good, feel good, do good. I heard that recently. Shannon Thompson told me that. I was like, yeah. Mind, body, spirit, they all feed into each other. So when you feel that struggle, or you're going into a moment and it starts to become a challenge, we have to stay in our growth mindset. We have to stay solution-minded. I've been through worse. I've been through things like this. Okay, maybe I haven't been through something like this. But all of the other challenging moments in your life, you got through it. You got through it, and you'll get through this. And the amount of struggle and pain and suffering that you endure is going to depend on your mindset. In the moment, are you going to be adaptable? Are you going to have humility? Are you going to show courage? Are you going to be rigorously honest with yourself? Are you going to ask for help? Are you going to know that this moment shall pass? This too shall pass. But right now, I'm going to be present. I'm going to be focused. I'm going to be determined. And I'm going to stay in my authenticity. I'm going to stay in my growth mindset, because that gives me the best chance that this struggle has minimal impact on me, my family, the overall outcome of the event, the situation, the confrontation. Mindset is everything in our day-to-day. Are we making the time for ourselves? Are we self-reflecting? Are we connecting with ourselves? Are we spending time in nature? Are we hitting the gym? Are we reading? Are we connecting with friends? Are we connecting with family? Are we connecting with animals? How's my nutrition? Am I eating garbage? I personally use the 80-20 rule. And if I choose to get a piece of cheesecake, I want it either homemade from somebody that made it with love, or I want it from a nice restaurant where they use nothing but high quality products. And every bite is enjoyed. There's no shame. There's no guilt. And throughout my life, I've had moments where people have said, "You don't eat that." And I'm like, I do. It's just every once in a while. How many of us struggle with judgment? That just came to me off the top of my head, because judgment is such a sticking point. I learned from Deepak Chopra in the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. He talks about picking one word that means something to you and working on it every day for a week. And I can't remember if it was in the book that they talked about judgment, or it was just something that came to me. But I chose judgment. And judgment is judging others, judging situations, judging moments. And if you're doing that externally, you're most definitely judging yourself also. And judgment is a tool of the ego to keep us separated. And it creates shame and guilt and resentment, trepidation, contraction. If something's contracting versus expansion, open your mind and open your heart. we expand in a growth mindset so that new information can come in, and then we decipher it, we chew on it, we sit with the new information in self-reflection, we listen to our intuition, how it speaks to us, how we feel about it, the energy behind it, and then we choose what to do with it. So I say, embrace the struggle, because it'll teach you about yourself, of where you feel like you're contracting, where you feel resistance internally. And as we continue to tap into our limitless potential, endless refinement, the struggle will become less and less and less, until we just see it as, okay, well, this is a moment for me to adapt. This is a moment for me to be creative and come up with a solution that if I sit in peace and I don't freak out, the solutions are gonna come. My mind's gonna open up. God's gonna speak to me. A buddy's gonna call me randomly, and it's all gonna work out. But we have to lean into it. We have to lean into our lives. We have to embrace it all, because we're here. And we got to make the most of it. We lean into it and get excited about the unknown. Get excited about the challenges. Get excited about the adventure that it could lead to, that it could become. 1 foot in certainty, 1 foot in uncertainty. The balance. The ego wants you to think that you can control everything. If you can control everything, why is there struggle? If you can control everything, why is there struggle? Because you can't. The only thing you can control is yourself. You can't control your kids. You can't control your wife, your husband, your brother, your sister, your boss, even the dog. You can train the dog, but you can't control the dog. Control leads to struggle. Embrace the unknown. Embrace the struggle, because it's there to teach you about yourself, of where you need to slow down, take a break, reflect on, chew on, process, and be rigorously honest with yourself. Dig deeper into the layers. Get off the struggle bus. Get to the point that the struggle bus doesn't even come down your road. The struggle bus is not even in the city where you live. It's a frame of mind. And when you frame it in the right context of seeing it from the growth mindset instead of the fixed mindset, the victim mentality or the victor mentality. You're going to swim in that loop around and around and around in the problem? You have to elevate yourself and use your higher brain. Step into your consciousness, step into your authenticity, take that moment to woo-saw when it's hitting the fan. Tap into your growth mindset. Regulate your body. Take a deep breath, a couple deep breaths, and the solution will come to you. The creativity will come to you, my friends. You're capable. You're capable. If you're watching this right now, you're capable. You know it. You know it in your heart. You didn't come this far to only come this far. We give the word struggle too much power. It's simply a set of circumstances. But the question is this: what mindset do you cultivate within yourself? What mindset do you feed? The good wolf or the bad wolf? The victim or the victor? And if this is your first episode from the Connect podcast that you're watching, scroll through the videos. Check out the mindset video. Check out Champion Mindset with Sean Otto. Check out the podcast. Why is this happening for me? What is this moment gonna teach me? What possibilities is this moment gonna teach me that I can learn and gain some wisdom to apply it to the future in my own life and to share these valuable moments with my child or my children or my family? The seasons change. If you're in a deep season of struggle, I hope today's episode gave you some perspectives. I hope you sit with it. I hope you let a day or two pass and you watch it again, and something inside of you unlocks. You gain some new perception about yourself. Want to invite you to go to theconnection.studio. Check out the journal for today's episode. Embrace the struggle. Embrace the suck. It's gonna be uncomfortable sometimes. It's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. Strengthen your mind, strengthen your body, strengthen your spirit and your connection with God. Until next time, friends, God bless. Thanks for joining us at the Connection Studio. You can support us by sharing with others and posting to social media. Keep doing the internal work, as it will truly make all the difference. God bless.